Good morning. So this is day 21, right? Day 21 of the fast. We experienced a little blood pressure drop. I'm monitoring it throughout the day today. So I just skip yoga. I'm taking electrolytes. I think what had happened was I went to bed really early yesterday and drank all my electrolytes like in the first half of the day. So like the last half of the day, I'd say 15 hours, didn't have any. Ooh, salty. So I think that's what happened. But I woke up and my blood pressure was pretty low. It was still in the normal range, but just like the low end of the normal range. Not necessarily a reason to worry by itself, but it's something you have to monitor. If that happens, you have to like go back and recheck and measure and just watch it. So that's where I'm at. But this is as far as Gandhi got. So today's a huge mile marker. Over halfway through. 40 days, man. It's coming. It's coming. But yeah, I think that's the message. Oh, maybe there's more. Maybe we should do a reading. What do you want to say, Spirit? Wheel of Fortune. That's interesting. Queen of Pentacles. The Empress. This could be work related. I have been filling out a lot of applications that have been centered around humanitarian aid recently, whether it was working with like the homeless population or in rehab facilities or acting as a caregiver. I've been doing a lot of those kinds of applications I've been doing a lot of those kinds of applications, and while I haven't heard anything back yet, I am hoping that's something that I can kind of get into. Regardless of what that takes form as, I think getting some hands-on experience in that kind of environment would be good for what I'm planning to do here. You know, my long-term goal was to open a facility where people can come and heal and reset their lives and take a beat from the world while they reorient themselves. Kind of like what I did moving back here. Take a minute, restructure your life. Sometimes that means getting a new job. Sometimes that means learning a new skill. Sometimes that means growing some plants. Cherry blossoms. I really think I'm supposed to try again with the cherry blossoms. I know it wasn't successful so far, but we're not giving up, you know? Like, that's a big energy here. We're not fucking giving up. And we've got that hippo card is soul family, yes, but it's also desire and peace and tranquility in the moment. And just because something doesn't pan out immediately the first time, it doesn't mean it won't. You have to believe that. You have to believe that things will work out no matter how it looks. Abraham Hicks has a line about that. Things are always working out for me. Things are always working out for me no matter how it looks at any point in time. And if you don't know that, then you need to know that. I believe that. I believe that to be true. So, there might be eyes on you right now as you are coming into some kind of alignment here. This Empress energy is lining up with this Nephilim, which is total balance. Masculine, feminine, dark, and light. And that is lining up with the cherry blossom, which is about renewal, growth, rebirth. What we've got here is all about expansion of the self. And this is about being able to make money in a way that fulfills your purpose. And this may not be the final destination. Again, most of the things that we've experienced so far have not been the final destination, but they have been lessons. They have been things that we were meant to go through. Like that last job, working for the nonprofit at Habitat for Humanity, changed me. It changed my mentality on the entire nonprofit industry. It showed me the inner workings of such organizations, and it showed me red flags, but it also showed me green flags and things that I want to emulate in my own designs. It was partial inspiration for the Phoenix Catalyst, which is the nonprofit that I'm going to be starting as soon as I have the money. There's maybe that's not the point right now though. Every single place that you go has a lesson for you and is meant to develop some kind of skill within your line, within your bloodline. I'm hearing something that will be passed down, a mentality or a perspective, something that you'll be able to instill in children or your children's children, something that will be passed down for generations. Your unique perspective on the world and how it can heal, how it can become better. The star on the split. It's powerful. The star is lining up with the soul family and the butterfly. So, if we are meant to enter another nonprofit industry right now, at this point in time, there's lessons to learn there. There's things that we need to do. And whether it's getting our hands, not dirty, whether it's getting our hands in the jar, involved with this stuff, whether it's getting some prerequisite skill, I'm hearing, we need to get our foot in the door so that we can continue to expand through jobs like this. This is a pivot point in career. And you're going to be able to use your abilities. Oh. We've got the scrying mirror with the clair abilities. This is divination. We're going to be able to use these skills in this new line of work here. And maybe that's not a direct correlation. Like if you become an addiction counselor, you can use your gifts in order to help with that kind of position without necessarily being like, let me do a reading for you. You know what I mean? without necessarily being showy or flaunting or trying to get them to do energy healing or something like that. It doesn't have to be spiritually focused in order to be spiritual. And especially if this is somebody that you have to kind of like measure their receptivity in these regards. If you are trying to help somebody that doesn't have faith in themselves, you can't expect them to have faith in spirit or their spirit team or anything like that. It starts within them. So you can't just bombard them with like all of these spiritual truths necessarily. You would have to move from a place that they can understand. And that's part of what we've been learning here the entire last lifetime really, but the last couple of years in particular. Being a shapeshifter is a superpower. Being able to adapt your energy to the person you're in front of can allow them to open doors within themselves that maybe they didn't have access to before, that they wouldn't have been able to access before. Your unique perspective can be translated in a way that not everybody can understand. But the right people, you see right into their heart, and you understand how to make them understand. Even if it's slow, one day at a time kind of energy, because it might take 6 months to crack somebody open before they can actually start expanding or healing or doing anything like that. But you can use your gifts that entire time without sitting at a table and pulling some cards or doing energy healing. You know what I mean? It's more subtle than you probably think. I'm really being drawn to this flame here that I never noticed before. I've always looked at this card and I see the hour, or I see the stopwatch, the pocket watch with the obsidian in the center, or the onyx or whatever it is, and the flame, and that's where it comes from. And then there's the chains, but I never noticed this candle with the blue flame, the blue wax melting down. The blue fire is an embodiment of everything that we are. This card was flipped around. 3 of Wands. Expansion, insight, energy, planning. Spirit has a plan for how this is all going to go, and we just have to wait and see. But projection is protection, and if a job wasn't really receptive to you, they were impulsive to say no, that wasn't where you were meant to be.